Hello lovely people. Today, interesting concept. How can we grow trees with aquaponics? So, recently I planted a few trees in my property and I showed them to you in some videos. Today I want to show you how you can use your aquaponics system to feed the trees. It's possible also to grow trees in the grow bed directly, but I don't really like it because, as you know, if you watch my videos about aquaponics maintenance, once a year, once every 2 years, once every 3 years, depending on the type of media you have, we need to flush and clean the grow beds. So when you do that and you have a tree, well, if the tree is big, it's going to be an issue, but also it's not going to be good for the tree, right, at the long term. You need to think long term. So, when it's plants, you can just do it in winter when the veggies, most of them are not there, or you can just remove them carefully and then put them back in the system. That's not an issue. But if you have a tree, every time you do the maintenance, so every 2 years, every 3 years or whatever, you're gonna damage the tree. And it's not gonna be good for the development, and when the tree is big, it's not gonna work. So only for shrubs, small shrubs, you can do this in the grow bed, but there are some other techniques to do it. So wick in bed is one as well. That is working quite well. But what I recommend personally is to do what we will do today. We will use the waste of the aquaponics system, because as you know, in the holistic aquaponics, I got 2 filters. I got 2 Swire filters. You can see them. You can see the black bins. So one here and one there. It's quite hard to point backwards. But anyway, those 2 bins, they are actually Swire filters, so they capture some solids from the system. Because otherwise, with all the trout I have, the system will be able to handle it. But I prefer to be able to remove it if possible, because it produces way enough nutrient for the plants. So what we will do now, we will connect a pipe. So I have a pipe with me here, as you can see there. So I will connect this pipe to the Swire filter, and we will use those solids to water our trees. I'm just going to show you the trees right now. So I planted a few spaces, but here we got a peach tree. And of course it's winter now. Spring is coming soon, but we're still in winter, so no leaves. Fig tree. Here we got a type of currant. I don't know the English name for this. We call it groseille in French. And this one is fouilloux or persimmon. And then later, a bit further, I got a cherry tree. I'm gonna show you. We got a cherry tree here. I also got some rhubarb here, and how we call this one, raspberry. And here there are some avocado grown from the stone. So all those trees, they are in an environment that is quite poor for them, because I don't know if I told you this, but it's mostly clay here. So they can grow. And when I planted them, I digged a very big hole to make sure I put a lot of nice composts around. A good mix for the tree to be in good conditions. However, it may not be sufficient, because the trees need a lot of energy to grow, and at one point, they will reach the clay very quickly. And so, if I can add some nutrient, it's much better. So why not using the waste of the aquaponic system? Because I overproduce in terms of nutrient. Why don't I use it for my trees? It makes total sense, right? That's why I always say aquaponics is good, but it's not you don't try to not think of the aquaponic system as a unit by itself, but try to connect it with the other things you are doing in your place, in your garden. And by the way, look at this. I am building a pergola at the moment. So you see, I am it's the beginning. You see, I still need to do some work, but that's a bit the thing. I redid this wall there a few weeks ago, or maybe months. And a few weeks ago, I did this stone, the the pavement on the ground, and now I'm doing the pergola on top. And after that, I will do probably a barbecue area here and see with the mist if I can if I can put the aquaponics system here, an off-ground aquaponics system here on the side. So that's where it is now. Pergola will be, it's a nice project that I like doing, but take my time. I have a lot of things to do aside. So let's use this pipe and connect it to the soil filter that is there, and we will see how much solids we can take to feed our trees. I will start doing the work now. So all this will be done thanks to gravity. So I don't want to have any point to have the pipe that is higher than the connection into the soil filter. Okay, as you can see, it's connected now. I haven't opened it. I need to open this one. So as you can see, we can see some solids on the pipes, but there are a lot of solids on the very bottom. So what I will do, I will start to open the pipe now and let some water go through. And we'll see on the other side, we will place the extremity of the pipe where we want it. So let me open the valve. Okay, it's now open. And you can see some bubbles inside. So you see the water level is decreasing now, very slowly. So hopefully now in a few seconds we don't have water going to the grow bed anymore, and we can steer it to have it black, and then all the water that is going into our grow bed, into our trees, is going to be loaded water. Okay, as you can see now, the water is not going into the grow bed anymore. One thing, by the way, you see this morning, you notice I didn't feed the fish. We can see the fish on the bottom. The reason why I don't feed the fish is because I'm acting on the aquaponics system, and even if it shouldn't have too much of an impact on the water, at the end of the day, let's be honest, when you do this, it's going to take a while. And what is going to happen is that the water that is going back into the grow bed for a while, it may not be the clearest. So I don't want the fish to be disturbed. So of course they will be disturbed, but when you know that you will have an impact on the water quality or anything on the fish, it's better to not feed them so that they can handle anything. Not anything, but they can handle problems way better. So now let's see how we can steer. So you see the water is quite clear now. You can probably see some solids on the bottom. I don't know what you can see, but I can tell you it's going to be very different in a few seconds when I steer this. Okay, I'm steering now very slowly. You can see all those bubbles. That's the gas that was captured into the mud. So you basically have, into this mud, you have an environment that is quite anaerobic actually. So I'm steering a bit more. And now we will go on the other side to have a look how the water looks like for our trees. I'm sure now we are giving a lot of nice food to the trees. Let's see. You can see the color. It's really nice black. This is perfect for the trees. That's the best fertilizer you can have. Honestly, it's really good. So when I feed the trees like this, what is happening? You have to picture. I'm not just feeding the tree, and the tree right now is honestly not consuming anything. It's in minimal consumption because we are in winter. But the tree is preparing itself for spring. As you can see, we get a lot of little buds. Right? What is interesting is that this water that is loaded here is falling in the ground, and basically is filtered by the ground. So we know that we got clay on the bottom, but all around we got a soil on the surface, and all this is filtering this water. So all the particles, all the organic matters, they stay there on the surface. They stay there in contact with whatever the soil is composed of, and therefore it's present. And now when the tree, I mean, it's basically the soil is loaded here with organic matters. When the tree will grow back, it will develop some roots again in spring. It will increase the root system. It will have all this food that is present and that is ready for it. So that's a really good way to supplement a tree. And it's 100% free, 100% organic. That's basically nature doing things that is best, so we need to take advantage of it. So now I can see that everything is working. I may just move the pipe a bit to try to be a bit closer to the persimmon if I can. You can see we got mint growing there as well. So the water, you see, it's becoming clear again. So, okay, I am the closest I can be to the persimmon tree. And now what I will do, I will go and steer the water into the... And here we are. Now I will go back to the tree and have a look how it's looking. I have the feeling the pipe was a bit blocked for a while, but it seems that it's better now. Yeah, as you can see, it's flowing and it's quite dark. So here we are loading the ground. And here we have a money tree as well. Well, to be honest, I don't think I will keep this money tree. You know, I bought the house less than 2 years ago. This geranium here as well may have to go, those two have to go. But I don't like removing plants, so I'm waiting for friends who want it, and then I will take it away. By the way, if you like those plants, let me know and you can come and pick it. I will leave it like this and then I will shut the water pump. So by shutting the water pump, it will stop the water flow, so it will decrease the quantity of water coming. So when you plant a tree, it's always a good idea to have this type of hole around. You see here the earth is too high. I need to dig a bit to have a kind of mini pond around. So that when you water it, the water stays around and it's absorbed where the tree is. Don't underestimate the size of the roots of a tree. You know, you can imagine that when you look at a tree, whatever you see above the ground, you have the same volume under the ground in terms of roots. It's not an exact rocket science data, but it's a good approximation. So the roots are generally well spread around the tree. Depending on the species of tree, some trees go very deep and some trees go very wide. But you see here I got some water that is going on the side. I guess all this, when the tree develops at one point, it will be absorbed, so I have no issue putting a bit of nutrient on the side as well. Here we can see we are at the bottom and the white pipe, that's where everything is absorbed. I will probably do the other soil filter in the same time while I am here. And you can see all the mud here. all this is going to be nutrient for the tree. So what I will do, I will just get this underneath. Up. This as well. Here I will show you. See, that's the type of nutrient that we want to give to your tree. And don't worry, don't think, oh, it's anaerobic or anything. This is perfect because this is going to turn aerobic. Okay, and now I will have a look near the tree, what is happening there. See, there is nothing coming. In this case, you may want to put the pipe a bit lower. And as you can see, as I put it lower, it's coming. Solids are slowly coming. And the water flow is slowly increasing as well. Here it is. See, there was the water inside. The water is chased out, and now we have the solids coming. Whoa, that's perfect, that's gold. That is a garden gold. Look at this, guys. You see, this is almost oily. This is exactly what we want in the garden. Okay, I'm gonna go and steer on the other side of the pipe. This is gold. You see, it's almost solid. So all this mud, once it's in contact with the air, it will dry a bit, and then bacteria are going to transform it very quickly and release some, basically some nitrate and other components that will be very beneficial for the tree. It's a very good source of nutrients. And while I am at it, I will also give some food to this lemon tree, because the lemon tree was not in a good shape when I took this house. So if we can feed it a bit, it's just gonna improve whatever crop we can have, whatever production we may have from this tree. This is just avocado stone, but this tree here is sick actually. When you look at it, you see those things here. Unfortunately, you know, that's a type of wasp that is spawning inside the tree. Oh, it's not giving much. But I trimmed the tree because it was not producing anything. And as soon as I trimmed the tree, it started to produce. Yes, that's the end of the pipe, that's why the pipe is just there. That's a white one you see on the bottom. So what I will do now, I will turn the water pump on. Okay. Oh yes, we have sun that is coming here. You see? Very good. So once you have done it, don't hesitate. See here, it doesn't look good. Don't hesitate to put a bit of this mulch on top. Right? Just need to cover a little bit, not much. So when you cover it with mulch, you basically minimize the evaporation, so it's not going to dry that fast. And then the tree can drink from it as well. You know, it's going to stay moist longer, basically. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, it's going well. Now we'll turn the pump off again. So what I am doing here, you don't have to do it often, right? But just watch your soil filter and it will tell you how often it needs to be cleaned or emptied. Oh, I forgot to feed the fig tree actually. You see this one? So I will move the pipe here now. Now we turn the water pump on again. Here you see the water level is increasing. You can see the water, you can see through the pipe, the white pipe. So the water is quite clear. So it's all good to be put in place, back in places. So you don't just do this type of thing often, but when you do it, try to get it and to use it for your trees or for your normal garden. You can grow anything from this. Personally, at the moment, I focus in a lot on my trees because I planted them not long ago, and I really want them to try to grow really properly and nicely. And by the way, I'm seeing that this pipe is not in the center. I have to put another stone there because I want the pipe to be there in the middle. So here again we can see how the soil filter is working. We got the water coming from the pipe below, you know, the white that we can see a bit deeper. The water is turning and eventually all the particles settle down and only the clear water is able to go up and fall into this pipe in the middle, and then this is going into the grow bed. So all the solids, not all of course, it's not 100% efficient, but the bigger solids, they stay in this bucket. And as you just saw, once a while I just empty this bucket. So here I threw it, I sent it near the trees. So I feed the trees. It's better because the system stay cleaner, and I can use those nutrients to feed my trees. So it's a win-win. And of course, don't forget to put a lid on it. If you don't put a lid on those things, you will have mosquito growing on it. So mosquito larvae generally they get at one point they get thrown away because they float. So they will fall probably in the middle pipe, but you are not 100% sure. So it's better to keep it locked. You don't have anything that is falling down than the pipe. Even a bird, that wouldn't be nice for a bird. It may not be able to go away. Or I think it would, but never know. It's better to keep it locked. Same here. See, this seems to be working well. Actually, I got a lot of water flow, so I may decrease it, so increase a bit here. Up. Yeah, you see the cascade is working, so the bell siphon is working. Everything is good. So I'll lock this now. So as you can see now, everything is back to normal. The fish at the back, I haven't fed them, and I'm not gonna feed them right now. I'm gonna wait a bit to have the water to do a few cycles, and it should be good. So it was a little tip to use some of the efficiency that we have in the aquaponics system to profit from on other elements of the garden. So here, growing trees thanks to aquaponics nutrients. If you want to learn more about what I do and about the little tips that I can give you on the aquaponics topic, you can join the movement. So there is an aquaponics revolution movement. There is a link below the description. You can go there and you can follow the link and enter your email, and I will send you some emails with what I'm working on, what the different projects I have, and whatever tip I can give you, I like to share with my community. So the community is called Aquaponics Revolution Movement, and I hope to see you there soon. If not, I see you in the next video. Bye bye.